Most people work 40 hours a week just to maintain their own poverty, spending money they haven't earned yet to buy things they don't need, to impress people they don't even like. If that hits a little too close to home good, it means you're finally starting to see the invisible chains wrapped around your neck. That shiny car in your driveway. It's not success. It's a luxury anchor, quietly pulling you deeper into financial quicksand. Most people are one bad medical bill or one unexpected layoff away from everything collapsing. Yet, they walk around confidently, mistaking their credit limit for actual wealth. That's not stability. That's a well-decorated illusion. Today we're not talking about cutting coffee or skipping small pleasures. We're tearing down the entire system that keeps you trapped. This is about understanding the math, the structure, and the game being played on you. Because once you see it clearly, you stop being a host for a system that feeds on your time, and you start thinking, acting, and building like the CEO of your own life. You've been lied to. You were told if you show up, work hard, and climb the ladder, you'll be fine. But look at your bank account. You're not moving forward. You're sprinting on a treadmill that keeps speeding up until you burn out. Every day you trade your most valuable asset, your time, for money that disappears the moment it hits your hands. And a portion of that, it goes straight to a bank that wouldn't even recognize your name. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed. It keeps you productive enough to generate profit for someone else, but dependent enough that you can never walk away. You think you're building a future, but in reality, you're helping build someone else's empire. Their assets grow. Your time disappears. And here's the brutal truth. If you don't learn how to make money while you're not working, you will spend your entire life working just to survive. No freedom, no escape, just time, slowly running out. 2. The debt noose. Stop being a host. Stop calling it credit. Call it what it really is, an invisible noose tightening around your financial future. When you carry a balance on a 29% interest card, you are not building leverage. You are handing over control. Every dollar you earn is already spoken for before it even reaches your pocket. You're not working for yourself. You're working to feed a system that profits from your dependency. That small purchase you made 6 months ago, it's no longer small. Interest has quietly multiplied it, turning convenience into long-term damage. You are paying for the privilege of staying stuck. Read that again. If you're in this position, stop searching for investment hacks. You're not investing. You're leaking. And no amount of smart strategy can outperform a 30% interest rate draining you every single month. Your mission right now is simple. Stop the bleeding. No new debt, no new traps, and no more illusions. Because until you regain control of your cash flow, nothing else will ever work. 3. Stage 1. The firewall. The first step to freedom is not a stock pick. It's armor. You need a firewall, a small, untouchable emergency fund. This is not for vacations, not for great deals. This is survival capital. Because when your car breaks down or your roof starts leaking, you don't reach for the card and tighten the noose again. That's where most people fail. They try to run before they can crawl. They invest $100 while drowning in $10,000 of high-interest debt. That's not strategy. That's self-sabotage. Build your firewall first. It turns chaos into control. It transforms a crisis into a manageable setback. Start small. Then build it up to 3 months. Then 6 months of living expenses. 6 months of breathing room. 6 months of protection. And something powerful happens when you reach that point. The fear begins to fade. And when fear disappears, you stop reacting and start thinking. You stop surviving and start deciding. That's when control begins. 4. The big win strategy. Stop hunting pennies. Stop obsessing over $5 coffees while you're losing $5,000 on your housing and your car. That's not discipline. That's distraction. The frugality gurus want you counting pennies, living a life of constant restriction. But the math doesn't lie. That's not where the real game is won. You win by focusing on the big 3. housing, transportation, food. That's where your money actually goes. If your car eats 50% of your take-home pay, you're not driving success, you're driving yourself into a hole. If your house leaves you house poor, you're not building wealth. You're trapped inside your own lifestyle. Here's the shift. One big decision, like downsizing your car or moving to a cheaper area, can save you more than years of small sacrifices. One move can change everything. That's a big win. So stop chasing tiny savings that barely move the needle while you're counting coins. The real money is leaking out the back door. 5. The rule of 25, your freedom number. Wealth is not a feeling. It's a number, a cold, calculated target called the rule of 25. If you want real freedom, you need assets equal to 25 times your annual expenses. Not your income, your expenses. If you can live on $40,000 a year, you need $1 million invested and working for you. That's the line. Once you cross it, everything changes, because now the 4% rule takes over. You can withdraw 4% every single year, and statistically, your money keeps replenishing itself. That's the crossing point. The moment your money starts working harder for you than you ever worked for it. But here's the problem. Most people never even calculate their freedom number. They're too busy trying to look rich, buying status, chasing appearances, while ignoring the one number that actually sets them free. Real wealth is quiet. It doesn't need validation. It gives you one thing that no paycheck ever can. The power to say no. No to a job you hate. No to a life you didn't choose. Because your portfolio already paid the bills. 6. Every dollar is a soldier. Start looking at your money in a completely different way. Every dollar you waste on a want instead of a need is a soldier you sent to die for someone else's mission. But every dollar you save, protect, and invest becomes a soldier that works for you day and night. No excuses, no sick days, no complaints. And here's where it gets powerful. Those soldiers have children. That's interest. Then those children have children of their own. That's compounding. And over time, you are no longer saving money. You are building an army strong enough to protect your future, absorb shocks, and eventually buy back your freedom. So every time you throw money away on useless junk you never truly needed, you are not treating yourself. You are destroying a piece of your future power. Stop killing your soldiers. Twist debt-free is not always freedom. Here's the part the middle class rarely understands. Being completely debt-free is not always the victory they think it is. While average people celebrate a zero balance, the wealthy often stay millions of dollars in debt on purpose. But don't misunderstand that. They are not borrowing to buy sneakers, gadgets, or status symbols. They use debt to acquire cash-flowing assets that generate income, cover the debt, and often unlock tax advantages. That is the line between bad debt and good debt. Bad debt buys liabilities. Good debt buys control. And if you don't understand that difference, you stay stuck on the wrong side of the financial fence. 7. Stage 2. The crossing point. Safety. Safety is not a high salary. It's not a fancy title. Real safety begins when your income no longer depends on your time. This is stage 2. The crossing point. When your dividends, your rental income, or your interest can cover your basics. Your food, your utilities, your survival. That's when everything shifts. Because now you don't work because you have to. You work because you choose to. And that changes the entire power dynamic. Most people never reach this stage. They stay stuck in stage 0, constantly earning, constantly spending, never escaping the cycle. Why? Because getting here requires something uncomfortable. You have to sacrifice your ego. You have to be willing to look broke in the short term so you can become wealthy in the long term. Drive the old car, live in the smaller place, ignore the noise. While others are financing their image, you are quietly building your escape plan. They chase status. You build freedom. And one day that difference becomes everything. 8. The 10-to-1 future thief. Every time you waste $1 today, you're not just losing $1, you're stealing $10 from your future self. That's the hidden cost of compounding. That $1,000 phone. It's not 1,000. It's $10,000 of your future freedom gone before it even had a chance to grow. When you start thinking in terms of opportunity cost, everything changes. Every purchase becomes a question. Is this worth a piece of my future life? Is that fancy dinner worth 3 days of your life 10 years from now? Most of the time, the answer is no. This isn't about being cheap. It's about being intentional. It's about thinking like a CEO. Because a CEO doesn't waste capital on things that drop to zero. They deploy capital into things that grow, that multiply, that return value. And here's the truth most people ignore. Your life is the most important business you will ever run. Every decision you make either funds your future or steals from it. 9. Management. You are the CEO. Stop blaming the economy. Stop blaming the government. Stop blaming your boss. Your situation might not be your fault, but it is 100% your responsibility. No excuse. If you want control, you need to run your life like a Fortune 500 company. That means structure. That means discipline. That means awareness. You need a balance sheet. You need to know exactly what you own and exactly what you owe. Every dollar must have a job. Every dollar must be accounted for. Because if you don't have a plan for your money, someone else already does. And their plan is to take it from you. Track your net worth every single month. Not sometimes. Not when it feels good. Every month, because if it's not growing, you're not standing still. You're falling behind. Turn off autopilot. Stop drifting through your own life. Stop reacting to everything around you. Start making decisions with intention. Because at the end of the day, you are not just living a life. You are running a system. And you are the CEO. 10. Stage 3. The empire. This is the finish line. The point where everything changes. Your passive income doesn't just cover your bills. It funds your entire lifestyle. This is where the blueprint becomes reality. Fully built, fully operational. At this stage, you are no longer living inside someone else's system. You are the architect of your own life. You now have 2 forms of freedom, the freedom to and the freedom from. Freedom to choose how you spend your time. Freedom to build, create, or walk away. And freedom from the commute, the toxic environment, the constant fear of what if. But here's the truth most people don't expect. Money doesn't fix your life. It amplifies it. If your life is empty, money makes it louder. If your life has purpose, money expands it. So when you finally reach this level, the real question isn't how much do you have? It's who have you become? Because without direction, even freedom can turn into another kind of prison. Financial abundance is not about how much you make. It's about how much you control. The math is simple, but the discipline, that's where most people fail. Most of you will watch this, feel motivated for 10 minutes, and then go right back to scrolling, spending, and repeating the cycle. Nothing changes, but a few of you, the ones who are truly sick of the cage, you'll do something different. You'll take action. You'll start building your firewall today. You'll stop feeding a system that profits from your weakness, because you finally understand, if you don't take control, someone else will. This is your line in the sand. Your declaration of war starts now. If this hit close to home, good. It means you're awake. Type control if you're taking your life back starting today. And if you're ready to go deeper, to calculate your own exit number using the rule of 25, watch the next video, because the game is only rigged. For the people who never learn the rules, stop drifting. Start dominating. I'll see you in the next one.